Hello everyone, we're so happy you're joining us today. My name is Tiffany Garcia and I'm a librarian at the San Jose Public Library. Today we will be making a rain stick. For this activity you will need aluminum foil, paper towel tube, tacky glue, masking tape, optional but recommended, pair of scissors, color pencils, a color construction paper sheet, and rice. You can use other types of beans if you do not have rice, but rice makes a nicer sound inside. You can cover the tube with wax paper. If you have sequins, you can glue those on and add colorful strings of yarn. Get your paper towel tube and place it over the construction paper where you will trace a circle. Make sure to leave some space around it, as you will leave extra space around the circle. Now with your pair of scissors, go ahead and cut around the circle. Now remember, you're leaving extra space. You're not cutting where the line is. Now you're going to cut snippets inwards towards the circle, but do not cut inside the circle line. Cutting little bits all around. These are going to be your little flaps that go over the tube. Now just test it and make sure it will go properly around, lining it up where the circle is. And wrap your fingers around the flaps. It'll work out perfectly. Now what I'm going to do is actually place some glue around the tube. Now that I have glue all around the tube, I'm going to place my circle over the end of the tube. Make sure it's all secured around, and press it down. For the glue to dry properly, you'll need to hold it in place for a little bit, maybe about a minute or two. But if you don't have the patience for it, you can use tape. You can use tape to go over the flap all the way around. Make sure it's touching both the tube and the construction paper in place. I would recommend doing the other end's cover at the same time. So go ahead and trace it here again, and then you're going to do the same exact thing you did with the top part. You're going to be leaving extra space around the circle you just drew with your pencil, and cut around, and then make little flaps by cutting snippets towards the circle you drew. Now go ahead and just set it aside for now. Now you will need your aluminum foil pieces. Go ahead and tear off about 5 to 8 inches worth of aluminum foil, and go ahead and tear off 3 sheets of these, similar sizes. It doesn't have to be perfect. One at a time, you will be folding them. Make sure this is leaving them as long as possible, the sheets, and make them very thin. Could be rolls or it can be flat, it's fine. Whether they're twisted up to like tube looking aluminum foil sheets, or they can be thin sheets. It doesn't matter. Make sure to try to make them a little thinner than what I have here, as they will be hitting the rice or beans, and this will help make the noises inside, like a rain stick. Gather one end of each of these sheets, and combine them all, and then twist them together. Twist and twist. This will lock them together. And start braiding them. Make sure there's plenty of space between the braids. Now remember, do not tie these too tightly. Make sure you're leaving plenty of space, because if you knit these too closely together, the rice or beans will completely avoid the aluminum foil and won't make the noise properly in the tube. Now I'm just trying it for size and seeing how it is in the tube. And like I said, I want it to be filled. Trying to make sure that the rice will hit the aluminum foil and make the sound of the rain stick. Now this is a time when you can decorate the tube. Whether you choose to use something to draw on the tube, you can, but here I'm actually going to use wax paper. I am going to measure it so that, and make sure the ends are even, because I'm going to actually wrap the wax paper around the tube and draw using colored pencils. Going to draw on the wax paper. And to make sure it stays in place, I'm going to put some tape. You could wrap it around with tape. I'm just going to use a little bit here. Now it is ready for me to decorate it, so I'm going to be using colored pencils to decorate this. I'm just making sure again that this is all spread out so that it will be well filled inside the tube. And now I'm inserting it. So here's my rice, but I am going to try a couple of different kinds of beans and see what it sounds like. Here you hear the beans are a bit too heavy, so now I'm going to try the small mint beans. These being not so heavy as the black beans, they sound much better, but now I'm going to try the rice. The rice sounds much like a rain stick, so I'm going to go ahead and keep them inside. I'm ready to seal up the tube, so I'm going to go ahead and add my glue all the way around the open side of the tube. And place my already cut out circle for this end of the tube. So making it even, placing it right in the center where the circle was drawn, and press it down. And again, you can hold it in place until the glue's dry, or you can go ahead and put some tape, tape it around. Keep all the flaps down in place. Some people have also used rubber bands. To make the ends much nicer, you can color it in, or you can actually cut some extra construction paper strips and either glue it in place or tape it. Here I'm going to use tacky glue to seal it closed. So all you really need to do is add some glue at the end and at the beginning and end of the strip. You can add some glue in between, but you do not have to. Here I am trying to evenly wrap it around, trying not to make any bubbles. And now I'm going to do it on the opposite end of the tube. And that is how you make a rain stick.
Thank you for joining me in the Sounds Lake Public Library. Please take a few minutes to fill out our program survey. For a complete list of other virtual programs, please visit sjpl.org/virtual programs. Also, don't forget to follow us at San Jose Library on Facebook and sign up for their newsletter at sjpl.org/e-newsletter to stay informed of all things SJPL. Have a great day.